What's up? So today was actually a really good day for BNGO. I know I haven't made a video on this in a long time. If you watched my video in late April, I recommended some different things, buying stocks for one, because I think this is a great long-term play. I also talked about some June options that I was going to do, or a safer bet, which would be some August options at the $9 strike. Today was absolutely insane. After a really bad May where this stock looked like it was just going down and had no return, all of a sudden it was the revival of my calls. So I was excited. I think one of my earlier videos I said that once my calls get into an area where they're like down 80%, down 90%, at that point it's not really worth closing them out. So I'll just kind of just let them sit there and see if we get lucky. And today we got lucky. Okay, so BNGO ran up huge. Let me pull this up. So again, that recommendation that I had made a while back was right around, where were we at? April 29th. So I was talking about how we had just crossed over to this moving average. It looked like it was consolidating for 3 days, and I was expecting it to bounce and start shooting up. That didn't happen. Just like some of my other plays that I had at the time, everything kind of started getting drugged down with the entire market. But it bottomed out here at about 428. That would have been a great entry point, obviously. But I've been keeping my eye on it. It crossed over the MACD on May 14th, but I was looking for a little bit more confirmation. Last time when we went with this play, we were trading below the RSI down here. I knew that that wasn't really a bullish signal, but I was thinking that hopefully, we would get some sort of bounce back, or it was starting to get some positive momentum. So now we crossed over on the RSI, the MACD. We found resistance here at the daily moving average, and we've actually, or not resistance, but support, and we've actually been holding it pretty well now for almost a week or two. And today we had this nice pop. So if you were in on BNGO, on those original plays, whether it been calls or options or stocks, either one. If you got in on it, great. I hope you stayed around. I mean, it wasn't really worth selling it after that big, drawdown, anyways. If you weren't, I don't think it's necessarily too late to get in. I mean, this is a really well, I guess I should show this first. So I went over this in my last video, but this last year was trading, it was a penny stock. And, this company is really like kind of disruptive technology, in the cancer research. They're doing COVID research. It's all about this proprietary system, Sapphire system that they have, that they're contracting out, that should change the game on the way research is done in regards to some of these different fields. So there's a lot of room for growth still. The original drawdown came way back here when kind of the whole market was kind of going down, and I think this might have just been a consolidation as well because, like I said, this thing ran up from 50 cents back in December. So now that we found support and we're going, my anticipation is that this stock is still going to try to test this old high of 1572. I don't know how soon it's going to do it, but in the past, we're looking at within a month. It had this run from $4 all the way up, maybe a month or two, all the way up to 15, and I think it's going to get back up and test this level, and then either continue to roll or hit resistance and fall down. But that's a nice gap there to try to play off of. And then obviously see what happens from there. So if you weren't in this play from the beginning, let's see. Let's pull up the options chain real quick. So here was the June calls. I wouldn't go with June right now just because it's so close. I'm stuck with June calls because that's what I bought back in April, and now they're back, and they're in the money, and so I'm excited about it. But if you really wanted to make this play for the run up to 15, I would maybe come out to August. That's still risky because it's 2 months away, and this may take longer, but you're going to get it cheaper there, right? So maybe if you went with the 15 at 97 cents, you're paying, basically $97 to control 100 shares. That wouldn't be bad. or if you want to, go with the end of the option chain and just play it. But the problem with that is, you're really going to need some more upward movement within the next probably week or two, or at least within the next month to make this worthwhile. Because I don't know that it's actually getting to 30. So playing something right here would be more. I think this is going to go up in the next couple weeks, and this is going to double or triple in value just because of the time premium, and then sell it. So I think trying to stay within the $15 anywhere in here would be safe, but I think within the $15, because that's what we're banking on, is that it's going to make that run. If you wanted to be more safer from here on out, I would go to November. Okay, so November 19th, you're going to be paying a way bigger premium at this time, and the IV is kind of high on this, but you're far enough out where I think, and this is stock does run, where I think you could probably still come in and maybe try to snatch up these 15s for $1.72. It's $172 that gives you the control of 100 shares. Shares are going for $840 right now if you wanted to buy 100 of them. So that's just something you got to decide on. I mean, at this point right now, if I wasn't in, I would probably go shares. But I know some people like to play options too because of the leverage, and a lot of times I do as well. But it is starting to get pricey, especially after a 22% run-up day. So let's see here. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I wanted to do a quick update. I do think that this stock has room to keep running. I think it's going to go up and test 15. The only thing that I could see probably maybe in the next day or two, maybe 3 days, is some more consolidation where we just had 2 big green days. Maybe we come down and cool off a little bit, drop back down to maybe like $8, hold $8 as a support level, maybe even $7.50 before it kind of takes off and then goes on its next run. If you enjoyed the video, or if you're free tomorrow, I'm going to start live streaming a little bit more. So today was my first live stream. I think it went pretty well. I had fun doing it. I had the BNGO chart up. I also was showing Clove and GME because those are kind of like my 3 plays that I'm in right now. And I'll switch between some other stuff that's kind of hot in the stock market at the time, but that's kind of what I'm focused on at the time. If you're free, I'll be on live streaming tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Pacific, so West Coast time. That's 9 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. All right, have a great night. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully.